Hi, cohort mentors. This is Danielle. This video is on the Mentee worksheets. And again, you can see I'm in the Teams site. And in order to find these, as usual, you would go in the cohort monthly modules. And depending on which month you're in, so for example, I'll go in, say you're in month 3. And every month there's a folder for mentees. And in these folders, there are the worksheets that you send out to mentees. And just as a reminder from my previous video on comms or the cohort monthly modules, if we just look at, for example, the COM3 first meeting, so your month 3 first meeting, in your post-meeting work, as in all post-meeting work, it's going a little slow, your first task of post-meeting work is to always follow up right away with your mentees by emailing them the worksheet for the next meeting, which is located in the Teams site where I showed you, and then giving them a hard date for when you want that completed worksheet back. And this is important. The worksheets are important. We do understand that it is work for the mentees and it is work for the mentors, but we do believe that it's important for the structured style of the mentorship program, which is documented in the peer-reviewed scholarship on group mentoring, that the mentees do actually own the mentoring relationship. And so it's important for them to kind of take charge in certain ways. So, and when they get these worksheets, get rid of that, or when they get their worksheets, it's really helping them to prepare for the next meeting. And that has, the downside is the work, right? The upside is that it helps them to understand what's coming, so they have an expectation of what is going to happen at the next meeting. So every worksheet goes over the same thing. It tells them what that warm-up is going to be, asks them to do a brief task that's related to both the warm-up and the discussion. It asks them to kind of engage in some reflective work that's usually, not usually, but always specific to the cohort monthly module theme. In month 3, it's specific to balancing work-life schedules. So all of these are already created, and you email these, and then what hopefully in theory takes place is that at that next meeting, the mentees in theory will come prepared with things to talk about. And so in those comms, right, or the meeting agendas that you have, you then are already prepared. Your job should be easier because you really want your mentees to do the majority of the talking. You're there to just kind of guide the conversation, intervene if necessary. But really, we want the mentees to do most of the talking, most of the asking of the questions, or you asking the questions and them talking. So this is less about mentors talking and more about the mentees doing the work of mentorship. So, and just to give you a little extra idea of what mentees will get, and this document has been recently created, so it might look a little bit different when you get it. But this is based on mentor feedback about a kind of giving mentees and mentors a comprehensive document of worksheets that are relevant to the specific meetings. So I did create a document for this that will be made available to mentees, and it can also be used by mentors. And this just discusses, or this just tells mentees, what this is, and explains to them, what to do with it, and gives them contact information. And it essentially just sets out each of the 4 months, the cohort monthly module theme of each month, when, the month, February, March, April, May, and links to all of the worksheets that are specific for those particular meetings, right? So you can see month 1, meeting 2, and that worksheet, month 2, meeting 1, month 2, meeting 2, month 3, meeting 1, and so on and so forth. So this is meant to allow them, even though mentors will have personal communication with their mentees through emailing them, which we believe provides that extra kind of connectivity between mentors and mentees, particularly in a group setting. We think additional connectivity is useful, and especially for creating affinity. This will also maybe help them, based on feedback that I received from mentors, to give them kind of a more holistic idea of what worksheets should I be doing based on what meeting we're in. And just as a note, there are 2 times in the cohort mentorship program right now that do have 2 documents. And you can see in month 2, meeting 1, in the time management month, there are 2 documents that mentees should receive. So in the worksheet, they are also asked to look at this document on problems and solutions about time management and engage with that. And then in the final month, on formal goal setting, they are asked to look at and complete the SMART goals worksheet. So those 2 times are the only 2 times where they're asked, where mentees get 2 documents rather than just 1. Altogether, there are 9 documents that mentees receive across the cohort mentorship program. And when I say, and I've talked about before, and I'm going to go back to, if I can find it, I think it's right here. Here we go. When you get these worksheets back from your mentees, what you want to do is you want to organize them. You want to archive them for some type of stewardship. So depending on if you're in the blue cadre or the gold cadre, I'll just go in the blue cadre. Again, you're going to go to Files, and you can see that you each have your own folder. These are named in a way. The CC stands for Cohort Cycle. The 21 is obviously the year. The Charlie stands for the particular cycle. So cohort cycles are broken into 4 cycles. It's Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. And in this particular, the inaugural, the first one, we only have Charlie. So that's why it's Charlie. So in other cases, it would be Alpha, Bravo, or Delta. And then the last name of the mentor. So if I went into John Paul's folder, for example, he has a folder for completed mentee worksheets, and every mentor has this folder. And this folder is here for you to just kind of dump in or drop in those worksheets. And I have not organized this in any way because I know everybody has their own organizational styles. So if you just want to put in everything just in one kind of dump, that's totally fine, you know. If you want to organize it by months, if you want to organize it in a different way, whatever works for you. So, but when I've said in the past and when I've said before, when you get those worksheets back and you want to organize them, that's what I mean. And so that's the difference between the general channel also and the blue and gold cadre channels, is that the general channel has the meeting agendas or the comms, which are meant to help guide you for every mentoring session, and the worksheets and documents for the mentees, whereas the cadre channels are specific to the mentors. It has mentor specific files and documents and folders. So that's everything on Mentee worksheets for now, and I'll be back with another video.